You are probably wondering, how do you speedrun World Defenders, a game that is pretty much the same speed no matter what? Well, there is a way to speedrun every game, including World Defenders. You can't really speedrun one singular map, but you can speedrun all of DINOS, or all of Heroes Plus Villains, or all of Fantasy. In this World Defenders movie, I speedran DINOS. It took a long time. A very long time. Because, I didn't do as well as I thought I'd do. And also, there was a bug where I kept on, it didn't send me back to the lobby like it was supposed to. So that definitely added time. And it wasn't a good speedrun. And I messed up multiple times on a few of the maps. Didn't lose on any of them. Didn't lose. But did lose some health. Of course, this setup is the setup that I used for the speedrun, which, in my opinion, I could have had a better setup. This one would have been better, but I don't know what pet would have been better. I think that pet is truly the best pet. Also, the main thing that can change everything is the last wave and how fast it goes. Of course, I also got a really long time, mostly because of also the glitch where everything slowed down a bunch, which also happened in the 4-star map. So that happened. Some other things happened that really didn't help my time at all. But eventually, I got through it without breaking the rules, which the rules are pretty simple. The number one rule is that you have to go in order 1-star to 5-star. You can't do like 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. And then number 2, you cannot use airdrops at all. No airdrops, sadly. Even if you have like 50 free ones like I do, you cannot use them. Now, in this video, you might see me check my airdrops just to see how many I have, but I never actually use them. And, last but not least, you cannot buy an extra life. So if you lose, that means you've either got to start over or just stick with the time and redo it. If you lose in the early waves, you might still have a good enough time to just continue going and leave the game, open it back up, click it again, go in again. But if you're in the later waves, you probably just want to start the entire speedrun over. So losing was definitely something that I could not afford to do. And I didn't, luckily. But enough of me introducing how the speedrun works. You probably want to see how it went. So, have fun watching me pretty much destroy my brain. Okay, I know you probably already want the video to start, but I just gotta add it in. Like, really, I do. Anyway, okay, so, before we get to this video, I want to say 2 things. 1, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great, because this video did take me a while to make. A while. And I edited it a lot. Anyway, not only that, but I may add a lot of ads. They don't show up to everyone. It's it depends. Depends. Sometimes the ads don't show up to people, but I'm putting ads on it because, listen, okay, I'm just putting a lot because it took me a while, but that's fine. So I hope you're okay with that, obviously, but it took me a while to make. And if you guys could like and subscribe, please do that, because this took me a while. Oh my goodness, it took me so long. It took me so long to make this video. And the second thing I wanted to say was also you should probably grab some, like, I don't know, some snacks, some, you know, get some drinks and stuff, because it's literally a movie. It's 1 hour 15 minutes. It's definitely a movie. Like, it's a long video. It's a long video that I spent a long time on. Mostly because, I speedrun all of DINOS, and DINOS takes 2.5 hours about to complete all of them combined. That's the average time. So, that's all I wanted to say. Also, there is a like goal. If we hit 50 likes in 2 weeks. No, 25 likes in 1 week. If we hit 25 likes on this video in 1 week, I will speedrun fantasy. Bam. Okay? Fantasy. And fantasy takes a lot of time of around 3 hours, because of the fact that all the 3-star maps are 30 waves, while on DINOS one of them is, or 3-star maps and above. But on DINOS only the 4-star and 5-star are 30 waves, while on fantasy there are 3 with 30 waves. So that's going to take probably 40 minutes for all of those. Probably somewhere around 2 hours, 15 minutes just for those few videos. Or not videos, but games, and then a lot of time. So, yeah. That's why I'm setting it to 25 likes in 1 week. And if you hit it, I will speedrun fantasy, and then I'll make a like goal for that one, for speedrunning heroes and villains when it's completed. But if you do want to see me speedrun more World Defenders, then hit that like button and subscribe. 25 likes and I will... Why do I keep on stepping on that? 25 likes in 1 week, and I will 100% speedrun fantasy. But only if we can hit 25 likes in 1 week. Anyway, let's get on with the video. As you can see, I clearly start to play. There's the timer's on the top left, by the way. So that is where you will see my time. And I did make cuts, so every now and then the time will jump in the video. Now, the time doesn't officially start until we vote for the map, because that is technically when the playing begins in World Defenders. So, as soon as we go in, as you can see, I have my mouse next to the timer. I have my hotkey ready to press the start button, and you can see that I start the time. My strategy for the desert was quite simple, or the boneyard, quite simple. I didn't want to use the Adobeness, which you will see me get first every other game. The reason is because the Indominus is the best tower. Pretty much, anyway. And as you can see, the first thing I do is I put a visit center down. I'm also using a Mecha Blaster, which I'm about to upgrade by wave 2. Because that will make it easier for me to have the waves go by. Now, the reason I chose the Mecha Blaster was because it does pretty good damage and is very, very cheap. And as you can see, I upgrade it at wave 2. And this is where the first cut comes in, I'm pretty sure. Summer soon. And my strategy for this was basically get a root off by the last wave. Not an Indominus, because an Indominus takes a while to spawn. And as you can see, I was having a little bit of struggle up to wave 9, which is when I upgraded my gun yet again. And from there, everything was pretty easy. As you can see, I brought everything back. I did upgrade my visitors a little bit before that upgrade. And again, my strategy was get a root off as soon as possible, which meant upgrading my visit centers. I did not use King's Treasure because there are only 20 waves. And getting the King's Treasure would probably take me till wave 16, and by then it just wouldn't really be that useful. So instead, I got the visit center. And as you can see, wave 10 was going pretty fast so far. And wave 11 would also go by pretty quickly. Pretty much all the waves were pretty simple in this one. Nothing really big happens because it's a 1-star map. It's a very easy thing to beat. Especially since, I have the best towers in the game and it's a 1-star map. You can literally beat it with any tower. I mean, it would be hard to get a Hydra, but I mean, the Hydra would definitely win in it, so, yeah. And as you can see, I finished maxing out my visit centers over there, or one of them anyway. And it is about to jump again to wave 15. Now, this is where I get my first root off. And as you can see, I continued using my weapon because it was fast. And as you can see, I'm already at 10 minutes, but I'm on wave 15. So far, each wave had only taken about 1 minute or less. And the root off definitely helped with making it go by faster. And as you can see, I get a second one. My plan was to get all 3 of them and upgrade them once or twice. And as you can see, it's going to jump again to wave 18, where I have all 3 of them out and I'm upgrading them. And here, I'm pretty sure it's going to stay until the boss is defeated. And at 14 minutes, again, this was one of the easier maps to complete. Especially because of the fact that it is, the 1-star map and only 20 waves. And the final boss only has 60,000 health. Which is a decent amount of health, but still not that bad. And as you can see, it is wave 20 where I start selling all my visit centers to upgrade my Rudolphs as much as possible. As you can see, I leave that one Rudolph unupgraded. Sorry, I feel bad for that one Rudolph now. And the 10,000 damage done to that Carnosaurus was pretty easy. And the mammoth shows up. Where does the mammoth show up? I'm pretty sure. Are we not? Yeah, that's why we're not actually on the mammoth yet. And there's the mammoth. And again, my strategy was pretty simple. Just do Rudolphs all the time. And look at how fast that's going down. And there's going to be a cut right to when it's defeated. Right there. And as you can see, it's bam, done. Now, this is where the bug happened, where it did not send me back. And my pet was doing front flips, which was pretty cool, but I was like, wait, what do I do? So this still technically counts as a win, since I did beat the boss. That is how we're going to go by it. Every time I beat the boss, that is a win for the thing. As you can see, we cut completely past going into the lobby straight into another game where my strategy was simple to the boneyard, except this time I didn't get a Rudolph. I got an Indominus because there were 25 raves, which allowed me to get a King's Treasure as well, which is what the other map didn't allow me to do, so was why I went with the Rudolph. Now, as you can see, I do not have any starter towers. So if I did have trouble with early hand defense, the only thing I'd be able to do would be to upgrade my weapon, which I just did, as you can see. And the first few waves went by pretty quickly. Especially because now I upgraded my weapon. And as you can see, I go for farming because it's important to farm as much as you can before the first boss comes out, and then upgrade stuff, and then farm some more. Those are two of the best strategies I found for farming World Defenders. And wave 4 also goes by pretty quickly. And right now, nothing got past or even got close to the fence. Again, my time is at 20 minutes, and the speedrun's looking pretty good so far. Already 4 waves into the second one, a full, a fifth, I say with air quotations, of the way through. It's not really a fifth. And as you can see, there was a cut to wave 8, which is when I upgraded my weapon for the boss, which there's a glitch that it didn't come out at wave 7. Because sometimes there are glitches like that happen in World Defenders where bosses don't come out. Strange. There's also a glitch that happens every now and then where the guardians don't come out and they stay in the spawn area. And you will see that what I do in that situation is I actually, since the technical way to win World Defenders is beating the boss. Technically, when I defeat the last boss, it's defeated, so I, don't need to do anything else. And as you can see, it just cut to wave 14, where the bigger boss is. Look at it. Look at it. I don't know why I jumped there. That was funny. Whoa. And as you can see, almost at 30 minutes on the speed run. We aren't even close to how long this speed run took. But again, the first 2 maps usually take less time than the other maps separate, because of the final bosses having way more health. And as you can see, I have fully maxed out my visit centers by then, and am now moving on to the King's Treasure. The Carnosaurus has half health, and during this I'm questioning, do I keep on going with my weapon, or do I get an Indominus, or do I finish upgrading my King's Treasure? I go with finishing upgrading my King's Treasure so that I can get a fully maxed out Indominus as soon as possible. And I'm gonna cut to where I don't show you me defeating it, but I did eventually defeat it. As you can see, I'm now on to a different one, and I have an Indominus as well. It's level 3. And as you can see, it's wave 19, so really we just skipped like 3 waves there. But again, you'll see at the end that the time I cut off from this video, let's just say it's a really good thing I cut so many things out of the final product, because it took a while to speedrun. And at wave 20, I was trying to get a maxed out Indominus by wave like 22 or something. Couldn't quite get it by wave 22, but whatever, that's fine. That's fine. I don't even need a maxed one. I just needed the level 4 by wave 20, because really you only need a level 4 Indominus by wave 20 on the 5-star fantasy map, and you're good. You're pretty much good with only Indominuses too. Which is funny, because I was going to do an entire video on that, and then I just totally forgot about it. So I might still do that video, but I just totally forgot about that. I have some other World Defenders videos planned, actually, so yeah. As you can see, I can afford to get a second Indominus, which is what I do, because I want to defeat the boss as fast as possible, because that is the main thing. Now, what I also could have done was I also could have probably equipped the Dino Hunter, or if I had a teammate, ask them to equip it, because that would have helped me deal more damage. But really, there is no tower that I could get rid of that would have helped with that would have been able to be replaced by the Dino Hunter and not completely ruin my entire strategy. And so I decided not to equip it. And Now, I also could have equipped the Grog pet for that reason, but I wanted the 2 extra tower slots just so that I could get the Hydra, the 5 Infernos, the 3 Rudolphs, and the 7 Indominuses. Of course, I don't even have enough tower slots for all of those towers, but I do get 4 Infernos, 1 Hydra, 7 Indominuses, and I do have enough tower slots. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, wave 22, as you can see, going pretty simple after getting the first Indominus. 35 minutes in, I'm feeling pretty good about the speed run. Feeling pretty good. Look at that. I just stopped right there. And I'm like, that's beautiful. Beautiful. And and I think in my head I'm like, do I sell my visit centers and King's Treasure? Or do I just let them make me 180,000 total more money? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna let them make me more money because it's more money, you know? It's the end of wave 23, end of wave 24. Some people forget that you don't get money at the end of wave 25, so they count 3 rounds. But other people don't. I don't actually know anyone that actually thinks that the farms give you money at the end of wave 25. But still, I mean, like, depending on what map you're on, the banks will give you money at the end of wave 25. It's just totally depends what map you're on. And at wave 24, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. We're facing the golden raptors. I forget that. I think they're called bolt raptors or something. And you can see my mouse go over and I start clicking it a lot. And then I realized, wait, I didn't need to click it that many times. And then I sell my banks to get another Indominus, which I can immediately upgrade all the way up to level 4. You know, there is a certain way you can upgrade it where it comes out upgraded, but you have to, like, click very fast and have it be, like, right next to your upgrade button. So I could not do it. But sometimes I do it. And it's really nice to have that extra upgraded thing. And the final boss is about to come out. There it is. Look at it. I've beaten it. I forget how many times. I'm trying to get all the pets of the game, and I'm close. I only need, like... Never mind, I'm not close. I'm just kidding. I only need a few more pets. I have all the fantasy pets. I have 3 of the dino pets. I have 2 of the hero and villains pets, working on the 3rd. And yeah, I'm probably gonna get all of them, I hope. And as you can see, look at that health going down on that red raptor. It goes down extremely fast after you get the Indominuses, especially because you can upgrade them. And I did not why am I not upgrading it? Then I realized, oh wait, and then I realized that, oh wait, I can upgrade it. And as you can see, it goes down very fast with the Indominus. So Indominuses are the number 1 tower. Always save up for them. Okay? If you already have them, then I don't know. Save up for a different tower. Or just buy crates. I buy crates every now and then just to see how many coins I get, but usually I get nothing. So I'm like, yeah, no, do I buy more crates or do I just stop because I know that it's not gonna be good? And I think by the second Indominus or third Indominus, it's gonna lose. Yeah, look at that. And I even place another one, even though I know that it's not gonna need to do anything. Like, yep, there it is. Okay, I forget, of course. And as you can see, I start shooting it with my weapon because I know that red raptor is just a little bit. And there it is. Again, with a glitch. I forget that there's a glitch. And I wait a few seconds. I'm like, what do I do? I look at my airdrops to see how many airdrops I have. And then we go back to the third star. And then we cut to the third star. But the third star is where the first T-Rex Guardian glitch happens. It's also going to happen on the 5 star. On the 3 star, I wait a little bit to see if I destroy the Guardians, but then just decide, hey, since I've already beaten the boss and technically beaten it, I am gonna just skedaddle. So, that's what I do. And as you can see, the same strategy as all the others to start. Get that visit center down, upgrade the weapon on wave 2, and it's good. Now, with this one, I'm starting to have a little bit more difficulty because it is the 3 star. And the boss has 6 million health, or 4 million health, I forget exactly. And this is where I start getting the Hydra, because the Hydra on other maps just isn't really logical. It costs 200,000 just to place. Like, that's not gonna happen. And with a time of 43 minutes, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not liking this much. As you can probably guess, this one only takes around like 25 minutes or so, which means that the final 2 probably take around half the time for the entire speedrun. The final 2 maps, which is funny because the final 3 maps are where all the glitches happen, which is where the Guardian glitch happens, the glitch where I don't get in, and then as you can see, I wait a little bit for the cash to come in so that I can get it up to level 3, and then I place another one down, and again, with this, there is a chance that sometimes the Pachyosaurus does not spawn, but this time it does. It actually does, but but you know, that's at wave 7, and it's only wave 4. And again, my strategy was pretty simple. Get an Indominus, max it out. That's the best strategy. The reason it's the best strategy is because that damage jumps from 25,000 to 60,000, and that spawn time jumps from 40 seconds to 30 seconds, making it really cost efficient and just completely. That's how I've won Fantasy 5 stars so many times without losing any health. Of course, sometimes I lost a few health. It was a little bit shaky, the strategy, because of the 2 paths. So it really depended exactly. It depended on exactly which things went what path, but usually it was good. Usually I was good. Sometimes I took 25 damage, 50 damage. Sometimes I took 75 damage. Once or twice I took the full 100 and had to buy the extra life. But hey, sometimes you gotta do that. And I was AFK for a second there, which was not good for my speedrun time. But it was only a few seconds. And at this wave, I think I stop upgrading. Do I? Yes, I do. Now, the reason I stop upgrading... Wait, do I stop upgrading? No, I don't. I get another one. I do not remember that. Now I look as if I didn't play it, but I did. And at 46 minutes, again, my time, not the best time. But, hey, there's a glitch. Okay? There's a glitch going on. I was stuck in the game for, like, I probably would have been stuck until I left. Which is exactly why I left every now and then. And as you can see, a few saber-tooths get past, but that does not matter because I here upgrade. And this is where what got past doesn't really matter, as I quickly take care of it, pushing it all to the back, which is exactly where I am now, or the front, not the back. And here is where I'm wondering, wait, is the boss gonna come out? Is the boss gonna come out? Is it gonna come out? And then I realized, wait, nope, it didn't come out. So it didn't come out. Again, that's a glitch that can sometimes happen. Again, listen, I recorded the I recorded the video like 3-4 days before I actually recorded this voiceover, so yeah. And yes, this is a voiceover. This isn't actually me playing the game now. I wouldn't have been able to cut if I was playing the game. Anyway, so far, I think I'm doing pretty good, to be honest. And I'm like, and I think the reason the Pachyosaurus didn't spawn was because it was stuck in the spawn. So it did actually technically spawn. Now here, I totally forget I have the King's Treasure. And I'm like, why didn't I get the King's Treasure? And as you can see, I cut a little bit to where my visit centers are maxed out. And the reason I cut is because so that you can see me upgrading my King's Treasure to max. And then getting an Indominus, which is the exciting part. As you can see, the Carnosaurus is pretty low in health with a time of almost 1 hour. It's still not looking good for the speedrun. Really not looking that good. I wanted a sub 2 hours. And then like, okay, I'll go for a sub 2.5 hours. You'll see the time I got the end, though. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. And here at $30,000, I'm like, do I go with maxing out the King's Treasure, or do I get an Indominus? And really, both are very good ideas. But here, you can see, I immediately start upgrading my King's Treasure. I'm like, upgrade it all the way. And here I jump to wave 22. The reason, nothing really happens in between. Nothing. Like, literally, nothing really gets far. I finish upgrading everything. I get the Indominuses. Everything is pretty much the same. Now, this is where things get exciting, because it's the last few waves. And this is where I try to decide, do I get the Hydra first, or do I get other towers first? And the reason I wonder that is because I'm like, I know that the Indominus is a better choice than the Hydra because of how many I can have. But do I get the Hydra next? Or the Rudolph? Or the Infernos? Now the thing is, the Rudolphs and the Infernos are cheaper, and you can have more of them than the Hydra. But the Hydra does more damage than all of them combined together. Now, the Indominus does beat the Hydra, but only when you combine all 7 of the Indominuses. If you only combine like 5, it's not really that good. Even if you combine like 6 of them, it's just barely gonna beat the Hydra. So at 5 Indominuses, the Hydra is a better choice. But I'm like, nope, I'm going full Indominus because that is a better strategy since they are cheaper. And they also have lasers, and they're also track towers. So they have way more methods of damage. And here I'm trying to beat the 3-star before 1 hour and 15 minutes hits. And right now I was like right now in the video I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm probably not gonna do it. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. Especially since I'm like, the glitch is probably gonna happen again. So I'm just like, I really want to get a sub 2 hour, and then here is where I'm thinking there's absolutely no way that, like, there's no way that I'm getting a sub 2 hour time. So instead I'm like, okay, I could get a sub 2 hour 30-minute time. That's better than nothing. And so I start focusing on like, okay, can I get a sub 2 hour 30 minutes, which includes beating the boss as fast as possible, which here I think the best way to do that is get Indominuses and then a Hydra, which could be the strategy, could not be. I don't know what's faster. Truly, I don't. But that's what I went with. And losing health is okay, just as long as, because like, you just can't buy an extra life, so you just can't lose all your health. And you also can't buy airdrops, so you can't regain any of that health. Sure, you can have a pet that, has boosts your health, but why would you do that when you don't want to, boost your chances of surviving? You want to boost your chances of defeating the boss quicker, which with the Inferno grants you 2 extra towers and the best part, 5% tower damage. So it's already half as good as the what is it? The Grog pet. Yes, that's a pet. That's a pet. And so I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah. And in case you noticed a change there, I just accidentally paused my voiceover. Accidentally, yeah. So yeah, I resumed it now. But hey, listen, I caught it like 2 milliseconds after I paused it. So, and here's where I get the Hydra. I'm like, yeah, Hydra all the way. And I did sell my farms, but that's because it's wave 25, and I'm like, the boss is coming. I can't have farms because that's going to take up tower space, and I want that money back. That's what everybody thinks when they get rid of the farms. They're like, yeah, I want that money back. And now I'm upgrading the Hydra. I think I managed to get 500,000 before. Yeah, and then I cut to the end of the boss because you guys really don't want to see the entire last wave, or else this video would be too long. It's already a long one. Like, yeah, no. And as you can see, I did get the Rudolphs. And here's where, as I said before, I did start to think, should I destroy the Guardians? Should I do it? I even moved the Hydra. And then I realized, wait, no, I didn't have enough money to upgrade it. And then slowly but surely, I realized, oh wait, I already beat the boss. Why am I doing this? And I'm like, yeah. And then look, I even sell the Rudolphs and replace them as well. And here's where I'm wondering, hey, maybe the Guardians are the reason I'm not getting teleported out of here. Of course, that's what I forget. There are no Guardians in the other two maps that I just completed. And that also had the bug. So, I have to admit, I wasn't thinking that straight. I was thinking a little bit like, I just want to go fast with a speed run. And here's where I'm on the second one. As you can see, I skipped completely past the voting because it's voting. And you all know what map is next. It's one of the worst maps to speedrun. Mostly because of how long it is and how much health the boss has. As the boss in this map has, I think, the most health of any besides the RoboCamp boss. So, yeah. And at wave 5, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm really not doing that well. So, I struggled quite a bit with this map, actually. This map was a tough map, the early waves. And I'm pretty sure what I do is I upgrade my weapon as fast as possible, which could have been a good idea, could have been a bad idea. I don't really know. But this is one of the maps that I had the most trouble speedrunning. Probably more trouble than the last map. Or not the last map is in the 3-star, but the last map, like the 5-star. You know, not the last map I did, but the okay. It's why can both of those be used in the exact same way? Okay, so basically I have lots of trouble on the 4-star map. And I definitely don't mean the 5-star map in any way. So as you can see here, I actually know that I am way too close to the end. And I'm like, I'm not going to take any damage. I'm going to upgrade my weapon. Which means that I am a few waves behind on my Visit Centers and King's Treasure. And this is actually where the slow bug happens, which is where every now and then, if you have too many track towers and too many enemies at the same time, both of them slow down a lot. Now, in the end, it picks back up, but only after it's the final boss. And at that point, I had placed a few more Indominuses because I'm like, this is going too slowly. I sold my Indominuses. I got the Hydra and everything, and the Rudolphs, but I need my Indominuses again, so I just get them again. And again, like I said, I am behind on upgrading my visit centers, which I'm usually not behind on. But since this is such a long map, I could not upgrade them as much as I wanted to. Which meant basically that I would have to pull a few strings to beat this one. Including using the slow bug to my advantage. And the reason you can use that to the advantage is to your advantage is because after you use it, or after the slow bug happens, there's actually a buildup of the track towers. And after a big buildup, they're all in one line. You're getting like non-stop 60,000 damage. So I'm just gonna say that I was like, yeah, I'm so using this to my advantage. And as you can see, I'm on wave 10 already here, and it was getting a little bit tough. Now, of course, the boss glitch happened where the boss did not come out, so I was getting pretty lucky for my glitches, and also very unlucky that the slow one happened, because that really took a toll on my time. And after that happened, my time went very, very, very high. And at this point, you can see I'm already a good 20 waves away from the finish. And as you can see, there's a lot of pterodactyls here, which I'm like, this is not good. I need to finish upgrading my visit centers, but my visit centers are behind being upgraded because I forgot that this was a long map and I should have prepared for that, and I didn't prepare for it. So I died, and here's the cut to where the slow bug happened. And as you can see, it happened. It happened, and I truly forget. I truly forget if I cut this video again. I did not, so you're gonna have to deal with the slow bug for a little bit. But basically, what I did, I sold all my Indominuses, and I got the Hydra. And during this, I was basically just trying to clear the path so that the slow bug stopped happening. So that's why I sold my Indominuses, because I didn't want the Indominuses adding to that lag. And as you can see, even the fast ones are going extremely slow here. So I'm like, this is not good. This is not good. This is not helping my time. And this is where I was really like, oh no, it's a lava Spino. And those lava Spinos have 77,000 health, and they're big. They are big and hard to defeat, and they're also fast. But thanks to the slow bug, that one was very, very slow. So instead of being extremely fast and being a big enemy, it was more of like, I don't know. It was more like defeating a Carnosaurus. It was pretty easy. And here's where I'm like, yes, I'm getting to the weaker ones. And here's where I realize that, wait, it's wave 28. It's wave 28. And here's also where I realized, will I be able to max out this Hydra? I'm asking myself that question. Will I be able to max out this Hydra in time? And as you can see, they are starting to go a little bit faster. Not a lot faster, but they are starting to go a little bit faster. So that is good. So as you can see, the Hydra clearly is very good at this point of the game. And again, like I was saying, the slow bug did kind of make me a little bit worried, because if it, caused more than just this problem, like look at how far those lava spinos are getting, it was a real problem. Especially since I couldn't get Indominuses, because that would just make the lag worse. So instead, what I decided to do was I was running back to see how far the Hydra's range was at, and satisfied, I went back. And as you can see, here's where we push them back a little bit. And I get ready to max out the Hydra, which is where we start to get to the point where we should be fine even with the slow bug. Of course, the slow bug did add to my time. As you can see, it is at 1 hour 42 minutes. Not good. Not a good time. Not a good time at all. Especially since originally I was hoping for less than 2 hours. But clearly, there was no way that was going to happen. And as you can see, the lava spinos do keep on pushing past the spinos, and because we are actually dealing enough damage, we are actually pushing them back, which means that hopefully, I was thinking that hopefully that the slow bug would go away, because there is the first big bird, which has 100,000 health. And that was not good. But even with those setbacks, even with the slow bug, eventually as you can see, I was starting to push them back right around now. Now, I do have $800,000. Again, couldn't get an Indominus because of the lag. I didn't want to get it because I just didn't know how much it would help in comparison to the slow bug. And here is where I'm like, okay, so I can't get an Indominus, but I could get Rudolph. So I get a Rudolph, max it out. I get another one, max that one out. And here's where I'm dealing more damage and absolutely destroying all of these spinos, everything. I place my last and final Rudolph over there. And we are on to the last 3 lava spinos before the final boss. And that is the last tower, I'm pretty sure, or not last tower, last enemy of wave 29. And as you can see, we just had another cut to where it is now wave 30, and we're on the final boss. As you can see, The slow bug did fix a little bit. But as you can see, there was a 10-minute difference. That's how long it took just to defeat Wave 30 of the 4-star map. I had to sell the Hydra, sell the Rudolph, and I go straight into the 5-star match at 1 hour 55 minutes. This is where I was hoping I could perhaps bring it back and try and get below 2 hours 30 minutes. So my strategy for this one was, as you can see, same strategy, get a visit center, and then right after the visit center, I would upgrade my weapon. And you'll see that soon. As you can see, since my weapon is not upgraded, it is doing almost no damage. But it is a cheap weapon, which means that I should be able to get it upgraded soon enough. And I do. Wave 2. I equip my weapon, and there it is. And this is where we start to push things back a little bit to the beginning, as they should be. Now, the main problem with this map is, even though it's long like the 4-star map, it's a lot tougher than the 4-star map. It is definitely a lot tougher, because they send way more lava. As you can see, those are the I forget the name of those. Lava. I forget the name of them. Wow. But that's fine. And as you can see, they are very fast, so I am being pushed back until I can take care of them. And I move on to the saber-toothed tigers. And then take care of this triceratops. And at wave 3, it's looking pretty good for the 5-star map, but it's only wave 3. So anything can happen. And anything will happen. As you can see, it quickly goes to wave 4. And here is where I start to make a few mistakes. Now, on this map, this is the map where I lose a little bit of health. A little bit. But once again, as long as I don't lose, I don't buy an extra life, or I use a airdrop, it is still technically a completed run. Which is good, because I was going to need to take some damage if I wanted to, win this. And as you can see, I am getting pushed back very, very far. And I don't lose any health yet, as you can see, but in a few waves, I focus a little bit too much on upgrading my visit centers. I probably should have saved up for my weapon instead. But instead of doing that, I decided to go for money, which probably wasn't the best idea, I have to admit. And here I'm wondering, do I get a king's treasure, or do I upgrade my weapon? And of course I'm like, I've got to upgrade my weapon. These things are about to go through. This is where I lose some health. You will see me lose a little bit of health. And I try not to let a few things in, but I just have to. Eventually, I'm just like, I'm gonna let all of those things in because I do not want to completely just ruin my chances at winning and try to, defeat them, because at that point there was no way I could possibly defeat them, and I start pushing them back pretty far after that. As you can see, I'm continuing to push them back, and right here, as you can see, continue to push it back a lot, which is good. It's good for me. And these saber-tooth tigers look like they're a little bit of a problem, but they're not now that I upgraded my weapon. So I continue to go. Now here I get the King's Treasure because the King's Treasure is a really good money tower. So as soon as I get that out, I immediately start going to the entrance. And as you can see, it just did a cut to wave 13, where I am having a little bit of trouble with the bosses, but not a lot of trouble, because that mecha weapon is really good, especially maxed out, or not maxed out, but at whatever level it's on now. Especially since the level only costs 15,000, it is incredibly good. And as you can see, things get a little bit by because I was AFK, but I quickly get back and push them back. And the saber-tooth still come out even at wave 13, which is weird, but hey, whatever. They're not really a problem anymore. They were, but they're not anymore. So as you can see, I have 47,000, which isn't enough to upgrade the King's Treasure. But so well, a glitch happens where that boss just goes in at an angle. It was very weird. I'm like, why was that happening? But hey, it's a new game. There's gonna be bugs and glitches. It's only been out for a year, so you can't expect it to be perfect. And at wave 15, it's looking pretty good. I almost have my King's Treasure maxed out at wave 16, which is pretty good. Pretty good. As you can see here, I go quickly tap on the King's Treasure so that I am prepared to upgrade it when I get the cash at the end of that wave. And the cash should be coming in right around there. Yep. And I upgrade it, and it's all pretty much simple from here. My plan was to get an Indominus, and I did. Not yet, but as soon as the cash comes in, again, I was going to get it. Now, these things were a little bit of a problem, but since I was going to get an Indominus soon, right there, as you can see, I quickly unequip it, and place that in Dominus, hoping to get it leveled up a little bit, just a little bit. And as you can see, I almost get it upgraded before it comes out, but I wasn't quite fast enough. And as you can see, I rushed to the back like, oh no. And then there's another cut to wave 25. And at this point, 2 hours, 15 minutes into the run, I just wanted the run to be done at that point. I was like, it is mind-numbing how long it took. So I was, at this point, pretty exhausted, a little bit tired of playing World Defenders for that long straight, so I was just like, I want to get this over with so that I can actually edit the video, which took way longer than I thought it would. But hey, it is a long video, so that is probably why it took so long for me to edit. And as you can see, at wave 26, 2 hours, 18 minutes. I'm looking pretty good for it. I forget what Indominus I was on at that time. It was somewhere around the... I forget, so don't blame me. I had 7 towers, so that's probably close to... Yeah, I was on my 5th Indominus. And here's where I count my Indominuses very quickly, and I'm like, okay, I need 2 more. And I'm like, I need those as fast as I can so that I can finish this run and relax. And again, this was quite difficult, this run. I thought it would be quite easy. I was incorrect. It was a pretty hard speed run, I have to admit. And again, 25 likes in 1 week, and I will speedrun fantasy, but only if we hit it in 1 week. If we don't, then I'm not gonna speedrun fantasy. And at wave 27, I'm like, yes, I'm almost there. At wave 27, I was at this point just waiting for it to be done. And as you can see, I just made a cut to wave 30 where I have my Hydra maxed out. I have Infernos. I am in the process of getting all the Infernos. And we are on the last wave. So whereas on the last wave, as you can see, we start with the big birds. Again, there was a glitch where the guardians got stuck in the gate, so I couldn't actually defeat them. But the boss definitely didn't have a fun time, as I had almost every single tower I could possibly have maxed. Of course, I also, at this point, just remember, wait, it can destroy my towers. And of course, it goes for the one Inferno that I was trying to upgrade. I quickly max out the Inferno though, and I wait to see what it goes for next. At this point, it does not go for my Hydra next, I'm pretty sure, which thank goodness it didn't, because I did not have enough money to do it. So it goes for the Indominus, which is fine. is fine. Because, again, the Hydra would have been a worse tower for it to go after. Would have been way harder for me to make up. And as you can see, I start getting root-offs now. And it locks on to a tower. I forget which tower it locks onto next. But you're about to see which tower it locks onto next. I forget. I think it goes for an Indominus again. Either that or Rudolph. Nope, it goes for an Inferno. So I'm like, no, it went for an Inferno. How dare it? I got that Inferno from a chest. It was a super lucky find. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, I'm defeating it pretty fast. In fact, I think I have a record on this map, a personal record on this map. And as you can see, 2 hours, 31 minutes. I'm just waiting for that boss to drop. Hopefully, I was hoping that it would be gone by now, but it is not. And as you can see, all those track towers are going to it, attacking it. Again, the T-Rex's guardians were stuck in the gate, so I did not need to deal with them, which could be an advantage, but also a disadvantage. And at this point, I'm getting a good amount of money where I could pretty much replace any tower it sold. And as you can see, I'm ready to stop the time as soon as it gets destroyed, which looks to be right about now. And I stop the time very soon, right there. I let it play out a little bit. I also forget which key was my turn off key. But the boss was destroyed. I didn't get below 2 hours, 30 minutes, just barely. I definitely didn't get below 2 hours, which is sad, but that is the video.